I'm joined now by one of the kings of the club, the CEO, Greg Swann. Swanny, this is your third Merritt Murray medal as well, is it?
It is. It's my third. Yes, it is. Yep.
It must feel like a very different mood in the room tonight to some of the previous ones.
Yeah, look, I think the chairman hit it on the head. I think our second half of the year was really encouraging. Obviously, we've just seen the kids that we blooded, but there were a lot of kids even in their second year that really took big steps as well. So. Yeah, it's funny. This time last year, we're probably waiting for the season to finish, whereas this year we were a bit disappointed it did. Notwithstanding, we had our last game wasn't great, but up until then, we'd had a pretty good month, and there were some good things happening. So we're keen to push on, and obviously we'll be down there tomorrow to look at the NEFL, and hopefully they can push on and make a grand final.
Now, about a year ago, you were on the selection panel that did appoint Chris Fagan as the new coach of the Brisbane Lions. Standing here tonight, you must be pretty happy with that decision in hindsight.
Yeah, look, there was a panel. There was a panel, but it was a big decision because the coach is the main person, controls the football program. Yeah, look, Chris stood out for us, and David Noble was on the panel as well, Peter Schwab. So when we interviewed all the things, Chris had really enthusiastic, fantastic experience. An educator, and they were the things that we were looking for. And he's been fantastic for us, and obviously we believe he'll take us even further next year and the following year.
Can you tell us from your perspective what he has brought to the club? Obviously, you've got a bit of a unique position compared to most people. What have you seen Chris bring in his first year as a senior coach?
Yeah, I think it is those things. I mean, he's incredibly experienced. He's got fantastic care and empathy. So he's got great relationships with the players. Everything was really simple, really honest. The game plan was really clear. We didn't deviate too much from, well, not at all, really, on things that we'd put in place. So there was a real consistency there. I said it during the year. I mean, it's been forgotten because the back half of the year was okay. But, we lost 9 games in a row there at one stage. But you wouldn't have known it. Like, it was, there was a happy environment. As I said, it was very consistent. We knew what were happening. We knew it would turn. We actually always thought the second half of the year would be better. Players were starting to get used to the game plan and all the things that he's implementing, and then in the second half of the year, we were much better, and that was what he brought to the club.
Now, we are a month off trade period, Greg, which is often where we see you pop up in radio interviews, giving your thoughts on what's going on. Can the fans expect a busy trade period this year, or do you think it'll be a bit quieter?
No, look, I think you probably won't see much of me this time because we've got a new list manager, Dom Ambrosio, and David Noble, so they'll run all that. We've got our eye on some players that we're hoping to entice. We've obviously got the #1 pick as well, so that gives us some bargaining power. But look, we'll more than likely go to the draft with #1 unless something miraculous happens. But we're looking to improve the list. That's what we need to do, and we'll do that. And hopefully, with the advent of another influx of talent, we've got Port Adelaide's first-round pick as well. So next week, we need the Lions fans actually putting the kiss of death on them because we need them out so that the pick becomes a bit better. But, so we've got that as well. So, at the moment, even before anything happens, if it finished tomorrow, we'd have pick 1, 14 and 18. And we go to the draft again with a good hand.
And look, just briefly before we do let you go, Greg, it would be remiss not to ask you about Springfield while you are here. Obviously, the reserve, which the plan has all been released. How far off do you think we are off a final announcement and maybe construction beginning on that?
Yeah, look, we've got quite a few of the pieces in place. We've got support from the AFL. We've got a commitment from the council. So we're waiting on state government and federal government. We've had a lot of meetings with them. We're really confident that those. There's a lot of support for the project. I think the state government may well be waiting on an election to make it an election promise. So we wish that it'd hurry up so that they could do that. But we are very confident. We've already started all the planning. It is a home not only for both the men and the women's team, but it'll be a boutique stadium for the girls to play in. So, it's something that we're really excited about. A fantastic plot of land with room for expansion and all those sort of things. So, right next to a train station, so it's got everything, and hopefully it'll get that final tick off from the various governments.
You're still hopeful for a 2019 move in, or has that been pushed back?
Yeah, no, we are. We're hopeful that some stage in 2019 will be in. Yeah, as I said, we've already employed architects, so there's all the plans are being done. So once we get the tick, we can. There's preparatory works already happening for preparing the ovals and things like that. So it'll be a great thing when it comes off.
Well, thanks so much for the chat, Greg. Appreciate your time.